Hello there and welcome along to Hive Live Extra, your place for exclusive reaction and analysis following Watford's 2-1 defeat at home at the hands of our visitors QPR. Watford finding the breakthrough first, Troy Deeney once more from the spot, but QPR coming back from behind to secure all 3 points. Charlie Austin getting them off the mark before Albert Adoma gave them all 3 points in injury time. Here with me in the studio to talk through the twists and turns of the game, I'm joined by Helen Ward and Tommy Mooney once more. Tommy, we'll come to you first because as you were wrapping up commentary, John said that will be a night to remember for QPR, and it certainly will with the struggles that they're facing. But for Watford, that is a night to forget.
Yeah, bitterly disappointing. I think from the very first whistle, really, QPR were on the front foot. They had the ascendancy for majority of the first half, albeit the last maybe 5 minutes, 7 or 8 minutes of the first half where we started to pass the ball. And then in the second half we came out, started well, got on the front foot and Troy got his penalty, and then pretty much from there on we let them back in the game. I thought we looked susceptible at the back, and you know, when you got a player like Charlie Austin on the pitch with his, even I knew his stats were good, but when John told me the stats, you know, that's really impressive at this level of football. You know, no wonder he could have joined any club in the country.
Yeah, I say it's a night to forget for Watford, Helen, but I suppose they just need to look at themselves after tonight and unfortunately watch that back just to make sure it doesn't happen again, because it's familiar feeling, wasn't it? It was familiar territory in that they frustrated us. But not only that, they punished us ultimately. We've come away empty-handed.
Yeah, we're just really struggling to kill teams off at the moment. We're finding the goal to go ahead, and then it's as if we think the game's done. And we know that that's never going to be the case, especially in a championship that's so competitive. Nearly every team has always got something to play for, whether it's at the top end or the bottom end of the table. They're going to be fighting for points, and we've come unstuck because of that too many times now this season. I think, like Tommy said, we've started the second half pretty well. Sarr's done really well to win the penalty, and Troy stuck it away like he does. But you know, from then on, you've got to look to go and put the game to bed. You've got to start opening teams up as they come out and attack. That's when we go and find the spaces in behind. But it just didn't happen. We couldn't get hold of the ball, and from back to front, it just wasn't good enough in possession or out of possession today.
Yeah. We'll have more analysis from both Helen and Tommy shortly, but now we can head pitchside at Vicarage Road for exclusive reaction here on Hive Live Extra. William, a rare home defeat tonight here at Vicarage Road. For you, what went wrong?
Yeah, I think we never really got going, especially in the first half. I think after the goal we got a bit of a lift, but yeah, we have to be honest, and I have to be honest with myself as well. With the first goal, should have done better. It's been difficult because we're trying to defend a lot, and yeah, you're going to get moments where you're going to make mistakes, and today QPR capitalised on those. So yeah, I think overall we just need to try and get more of our game on the front foot, really.
Yeah, the game had a familiar feel about it in that they did make things difficult for us for big proportions of that game, QPR. There's some fans at home, us in the studio, there were frustrations at time watching, but what's it like when you're a player in the middle of a game like that and you're being frustrated?
Yeah, I think for us it's just as frustrating. I think the difficulty is that obviously we can't show that emotion too much. You don't want to get distracted because you're focused on your job. But yeah, the disappointment that we had in the change room now, I haven't seen it so far this season. So everyone knows that today wasn't good enough. And like I said, we all have to look in the mirror and improve on what we've done. Starting with me as well, like I said, with the goal, I think I should have done better. And yeah, it's going to happen during the season, and we have to learn from it today and pick ourselves up because this weekend is going to be a massive game again.
Yeah, we'll get onto that in a moment. The breakthrough in the game for Watford did come from the spot again. Troy Deeney scoring the penalty. From open play, though, Watford did look to struggle a bit in creating and getting players forward and making chances. For you, why do you think that was?
It was difficult. I think when we got the possession of the ball, we were in our half. I think QPR pinned us back for moments of the game, and then it's a long way to the other goal. And yeah, we didn't really capitalise enough on the space in behind. So yeah, like you said, I think we have to create more, because obviously when you're playing at home, you try to take some chances and take the game to them, because it's difficult to hang on for so long and not to concede. But yeah, I think overall, I think we need to try and do more and attack better as a team, to try and create more opportunities, because like I said, you have to try and score goals, because otherwise it can be difficult and frustrating. Even if you would have played a good game and they had one chance, they took it, then you would have gone home with nothing. So I think that's something we have to work on.
Yeah, I can hear it in your voice, and you've referenced it a few times. There will be a lot of hard work done on the training pitch this week. But looking ahead to that game against Coventry City, how important is it now that you take maximum points from it? You know, especially when you look at the home record we've had here at Vicarage Road, and I suppose how much we've relied on the tally we've taken here at home to get us in the position we are in the table. You know, how important is it we get those maximum 3 points away on Saturday?
Yeah, it's massive. That's the moment that's going to change our season, because I think the first of the season we've been excellent at home, but we all know for us to be fighting for the top 2 spots, we need to do the same away. So that moment has to come for us to stand up, and I think if we have real winners mentality, then we know Saturday is going to be massive for us. And like I said, all of us were very disappointed today, and I think you're going to see a lot of fire on Saturday to put it right. And like I said, you know, if it's easy to keep going and try and get a good streak together when you're winning and when everything is going well. But now we're going to see the real character of the team, and I've seen it, what we've got in the change room and how we can turn it around. And this will be the moment that's going to make our season.
All right, well, we'll leave it there. Commiserations tonight, and we look forward to that reaction on Saturday. Take care.
Thank you. Bye.
So great to hear from William Troost-Ekong there, Tommy, especially when he speaks so honestly. He said all the right things there, I think. Watford fans would be glad to have heard him say all that.
Yeah, I think we all feel exactly the same way, but for him to come out and admit that, you know, he's made personal mistakes, that's not easy to do straight after the game, because you're so bitterly disappointed. And, you know, he mentions the disappointment in the dressing room. I'd expect that. That's normal. I think it's the more disappointed the dressing room is, the better it is for the future, and already looking forward to the next game to put it right. I think the disappointing thing is we could see the problems coming tonight, and we didn't deal with them in time for the final whistle and get the right result. But nevertheless, look forward to the next game. Yeah,
I mean, Will there recognising where we went wrong tonight, but now, Helen, it's all about putting it right.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, we could hear in his voice how determined he is to put it right, not only himself but the team as a whole. It's interesting that he said that's the most disappointed he's seen the team, because you know it's not the first result that's not been great or performance this season, so hopefully that means it will spark the biggest reaction as well. And we saw Coventry here, it was an exciting sort of lots of goals in that game. Hopefully they come at us with the same sort of attacking intent, and it allows, like I said before, it allows our boys to go up the other end and create opportunities ourselves. So fingers crossed they'll have another good week in training, and they can put the wrongs right on Saturday afternoon.
Yeah, you said words to the effect of as well, Tommy, that Saturday could almost act as a bit of a turning point in this season. If they're that serious about getting in the top 2, they're going to have to find a way, whatever it is, to get past Coventry, because the likelihood is it might play out in a similar way. They're going to want to frustrate us, aren't they?
Yeah, they are, and I think it's really important, because the next game is outside the window. So whatever's in that dressing room now is what goes to the end. Yeah. And you either celebrate promotion or you commiserate with staying in the championship. You know, having worked in recruitment departments before, you make 2 lists, one for the Premier League and one for the Championship. And it's up to the players now to go and say, right, this is us, this is our core group, we're in it together, we stick together, and then we go on and we get everybody else that's in our way, we push them out of our way.
Yeah.
And the strength of the character in that dressing room, I think there's enough in there. I think tonight was a difficult performance. Sometimes you don't realise how important fullbacks are until you lose them both. And I think tonight is probably detriment of that, the fact that we've lost our 2 first choice full-backs, and QPR played with a lot of width and they used it well.
Yeah, I think just putting tonight aside, Helen, speaking now with your fans hat on and picking up from what Tommy said there, with the squad we've got and the other performances we've put in this season, do you think they've still got what it takes to get into those all-important 2 places at the top of the table?
Yeah, I think so. And like Tommy said, this is the group now. There's none of them looking to the next window, you know, in terms of this season. That's been and gone. This is where they're at until this season plays out. And they're going to have to put in a shift, make sure that they turn up week in, week out, put the performances on, because the talent's there. We've seen it in glimpses from all the players at one point or another, either this season or in years gone by. We know that the talent's there, we know they've got the ability, it's just up to them to go out there and prove it, and no better time to start than Saturday.
Yes, onwards and upwards. So with that, reminder once more that Saturday is now a lunchtime kick-off away Coventry City. We will have a full hour of build-up, and that is an under-23 special, I suppose you can call it. We've got Omar and Richard here with us in the studio, and we'll be putting our questions to them. So if you haven't already and you would like to put a question forward about the under-23s, then do make sure that you get in touch with the club via that email address that you can see on your screen now, hivelive@watfordfc.com. Right, I think that's enough reflecting on tonight's defeat. Let's put it behind us and look forward to Saturday. So Tommy, Helen, thanks for joining us here in the Hive Live Extra studio. And we look forward to seeing you Saturday lunchtime as we look for a reaction from tonight's defeat. The Hornets looking to put it right against Coventry City. We'll see you then.
Click here for more videos.